If the agricultural sector suddenly stopped, the daily supply of food to urban centers would freeze entirely, bringing city life to an immediate halt. Agriculture is the primary economic activity of India. It employs over half of the national workforce and yields the caloric baseline required to keep the population alive. This flowchart tracks the conversion of raw agricultural outputs into industrial fuel. Cotton flows to textiles, sugarcane to refineries, and oilseeds to processing plants, linking the farm directly to market consumption. Every urban industry and household market depends on this primary harvest as its starting point. India's diverse geography forces adaptation. Because the terrain ranges from flooded plains to dry plateaus, farmers use specific methods calibrated to their local climate and population density. In isolated forested regions, we see primitive subsistence farming. Farmers clear small patches of land and burn the vegetation, relying entirely on the resulting ash for soil fertility and the natural monsoon for irrigation. Conversely, high population density forces intensive subsistence farming. To extract maximum yield from very small landholdings, farmers apply intense manual labor and heavy irrigation. Commercial and plantation farming abandon the subsistence model entirely. Vast estates utilize migrant labor and high-yield chemical inputs to cultivate a single cash crop for external markets. None of these methods are random. They are calculated responses to local demographic pressures and the physical constraints of the land. This seasonal wheel maps the biological clock governing Indian agriculture, dividing the harvest year into 3 rhythms: Kharif, Rabi, and Zaid. The Kharif season aligns with the summer monsoon. Farmers sow crops like rice and maize that demand high moisture, preparing for an autumn harvest. Major cash crops rely on this cycle as well. Jute requires this massive, sustained influx of monsoon water for proper cultivation and processing. As the monsoon retreats, the Rabi season begins. Crops like wheat are sown in the cool, dry winter months and harvested in the bright warmth of spring. Sitting directly between the spring harvest and the incoming summer monsoon is the brief Zaid season, a short window dedicated to fast-growing, water-rich crops like watermelon and cucumber. Tracking these specific seasonal rhythms allow us to accurately predict the exact timing of the national food supply. Predicting where a crop grows requires checking its season against its specific demands for climate, soil, and temperature. This map plots how specific grains react to climate. Rice demands high heat and heavy humidity, locking it to eastern and southern plains like West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab. Conversely, wheat requires cooler temperatures and moderate rain, concentrating its massive production belt in the north and northwest, heavily relying on Punjab, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh. Cash crops follow this same climatic logic. Cotton thrives under high temperatures and light rainfall, but it absolutely requires a very specific foundation: black soil. Take 5 seconds to locate the primary black soil states on this map before the answer appears. The geology restricts the majority of cotton production to Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. A crop's final geographic location is the direct mathematical result of the farming method, the seasonal rhythm, and the regional climate overlapping perfectly. Decades of maximizing agricultural output to feed a booming population created severe friction. The soil degraded, water tables dropped, and generational inheritance left individual landholdings heavily fragmented. Facing the caloric demands of over 1 billion citizens, traditional unmechanized farming reached its absolute physical limit. The Green Revolution broke through those limits. Heavy mechanization and high-yielding seeds let farmers rapidly cultivate massive tracts of land, spiking production. To shield farmers from the resulting market volatility and input costs, the government established the minimum support price to guarantee a baseline income and introduced Kisan credit cards to ensure access to essential loans. Without these aggressive technological and institutional interventions, the national agricultural system would have collapsed under the weight of population growth. Today, the priority is repairing the ecological damage. Sustainable practices like organic farming and systematic crop diversification are actively used to restore soil health and lower chemical dependence. This branching mind map organizes the core data into 4 logical pillars to help you organize the geographic information. You can structure your review around the different farming methods, the seasonal rhythms, the regional crop outputs, and the modern institutional upgrades. Here are 3 high-probability competency questions based directly on this framework. Pause the video and lock in your answers. Mastering this geographic blueprint will secure your exam performance and give you a precise understanding of the baseline system keeping India running.